It's unfrippin' believable. I found a factory error within the first time of looking at this toy. Look at this, Percy. This Percy's a train wreck. Okay, this is very good news, although this is 6 months too late. The Thomas Friends stock here has been replenished. It's all brand spanking new. Looks like I'm the first person to get their mitts on it. Okay, yeah, well, there's sets like that. They've actually been here before Christmas. So a lot of this stuff wasn't here before Christmas, and it was all delayed because of the thing starting with P, also related to V. I'm going to go through and look for factory errors here again. Okay, I'm just showing you what's here. Okay, and I did take a look around some other shops. There's only a couple of shops that have been restocked. It's nice to get your first mitts onto this stuff and check out where the errors are. I'm pretty sure Trackmaster Motorized is going to show me the glory again. Just on the metal engines, it's so nice to see the pegs full. It's amazing. The one that I rarely see is the Thomas, which is in the rainbow format. Okay, I will come along and just see if he is here. There's a lot of things, in fact there's a hell of a lot of things here. It's very much impressing me. There's Merlin invisible engine, not so invisible here, and there's another one behind, which is nice to see. There seems to be a lot of Harold's, and I saw a comment on the other video that Harold's a character that hasn't changed its format or its shape over the years, and I think that person's actually absolutely correct. Look who's hiding behind Harold. Boo, boo. Okay. Yes, let me come along and see if I can find a rainbow version of Thomas. It can be a bit tricky to see what's on the pegs. I sort of sneak a look down this end here. Crikey, look how many Ashmeres are here. As if they're ever gonna sell. Give me a break. I mean, come on. Peg sitter. There's one there, but there's Thomas's behind. I'm after that rainbow Thomas. I'm not thinking I'm gonna be that lucky. I can pull a peg aside like that. Who's here? Boo, boo. There's Nair back there. And more Nairs again. Another cranking peg sitter. A lot of rainbow Tobies. Maybe people get excited by that, but I'm not excited. I want the rainbow Thomas. Okay. Oh, crikey, Charlie's. I'm not thinking I'm going to be that lucky. Crikey, there's a lot of the rainbow Tobies there. A bit of a cranky shot, wasn't it? No luck, but looking at this does show me, well, there's a hell of a lot of Harolds here. Okay, which is, well, sort of unusual. There's a lot of Thomases, which is really nice. There's actually very few Percys. There's no diesels. I can tell you what's not here. You'll tell me many characters who aren't here as well. There's way too many of Ashmere. Way too many. They're never going to sell. And, I mean, we all know Nia's going to struggle as well. That's just a Thomas and Friends given. There's the tender engines there. I'm not going to get too involved in those. You can see there. I can see Shane sneaking in there. There's Rebecca's here. And there's more Shane's down here. G'day mate, how are ya? One thing I failed to point out in the other video I did the restocking of the shops is there was basically no 3-packs like this. That's a Trackmaster Motorized. There's only one here that I can see, and of course it's Duchess. Guess what? It's staying here. I'm going to go through and look at the Trackmaster Motorized next. I'm going to have to de-peg each one by one very carefully. I'll pull out the factory errors. Hopefully there'll be some here. I'm sure there will be, and I'll show you. A lot of Trackmaster Motorized on the end of aisle. It's easy to see the faces here. I will pull them out completely and I'll take a good look at what's going on. And when I was up this end, I did notice this. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, well, someone's decided they wanted to take a Tiger Thomas home. I've got a really cranking video brewing on stuff that goes on in store like this. It's a cranker. It's been really bad during the C, and that's also the P. I can't say those words. And of course, what that should look like is I'll do a magical edit and it should look like this. Okay, but naughty people do this with some magic of editing. Just after I was resetting that there, well, guess what? I looked around a little bit further and down here. This is more the little children's level. The other one was more adult level. There you go, there's another one. Naughty. I'm partly into it. I found a couple of anomalies. I'll call it anomalies. Now, the other thing I see is the Celebration Thomas, or Elebration Thomas as I call it. They've lost their 75th sticker, although, when I look here, look at this. Boom, boom, boom. Here's one with the 75th anniversary sticker. If you're going to pick up one of these, try and pick up one with this here. I think that's important. I'm on to these now. It'll be unpeg and repeg, and I just noticed you always find these rogue toys hunting around inside where they shouldn't be. Look at that thing there. Got no idea where that's from. Or Jurassic World, okay? Yeah, the rogue toys that just permeate other areas. Nice shot. Okay, this is a little pole I pulled aside, and we'll take a look at little faults going on here. Okay, the Persies often have a problem going on the artwork on the tender. The envelope there with the little wing is so often printed not in the right spot. Let's just say it like that. It can be all over the shop. There's a little square area there where it should be. Rarely is it in the right spot. And if I look at the other Persies up on pegs here, you can see what's going on. It's sort of the same across the board in varying degrees of bad printing. I saw that sort of fault going on the other store I looked at. I didn't think much of it until I saw some comments online, and here's probably a better example of how it shouldn't be. That envelope's nice and low. I did actually find one that's not too bad at all and correct, and if I go flip-flop between what's right and what's wrong, well, maybe you start to see why I started to get a little bit more excited and why I saw comments saying, yeah, maybe you should pick some of them up. I picked up this James because of the bowed line work on the tender. It's quite often you see the line work is all over the place on these Trackmaster Motorized. Sometimes that black line work on the engine can be completely misaligned, but I might pick up a few which have the bowed line work on the tenders. This sort of factory error isn't that hard to find, although when you're buying these, you'd like to find one with a nice straight line. We'll take a look at a Rebecca next, where the face hasn't quite sat down correctly. I'll have to go in close to look at this. Just gone in close there. Look at the way the face is on the front of the engine there. You can see there's a gap going on there, and if I go to the one I've lined up right behind it, and you'll see the way it should be done. It should be done nice and flush like that. Should I pick this one up or should I just leave it? I saw a comment on the other video where I looked at the new stock coming in 2022 that the faces could just fall off. I don't think it works like that. I don't think they can just fall off as easy as that in transit. Let's say if the face is totally missing or misprinted, I would be picking this up. I think I'll just be leaving this one up on the pegs, just like that. My crikeys, I've completely lost track now because I had a lovely chat with a customer here, and we spoke about this toy here versus that one there versus play sets like that, and I simply said go and get the Percy 6-in-1 set. I think possibly it's in Kmart, I think. That got pulled out in part of the discussion of what's going on with these toy trains. It's a Percy we're going to look at next. I am getting back on track here. Okay, the fault with this Percy. Okay, well the envelope's in the wrong spot, and that's the right thing to see. At least it's a shiny envelope with wings. Go along here and we can start to see the problem going on here. You can see some white marks here and also here. Looks like the toy has been forced when it's been put together in factory. There's actually quite a gap going on along here. And the best way to see it is if I flip-flop between this one here, which has been made in a strange way, versus one which has been made in a nice way. It starts to explain what's going on. I don't like seeing those force marks going on the plastic. Yes, that one's had a fight in factory. I like finding this style of fault. It doesn't happen that often, that's why I like it. And it does remind me of the fault that you see going on this section here, that is the wagon or the tender, where there's a big mince up and gap sometimes between the two pieces of major plastic. Okay, the next one's a Thomas, and it's one of those ones which has got the nice, well, strange red line work here with a bit of white around it. Makes it look like pink. We know it's going to have, what was the lesson? It's going to have a spangly eye, and the problem in this one is going on with the way it's printed here. Okay, it's one of the Thomases where the face printing has just been done off to the side a bit. It's just enough to be kooky and interesting to look at. Eyebrows are off to the side, the eyes are looking off to the side a little bit. The mouth's also printed off a bit, and if I put it next to one which is printed correctly, you start to see how this one's just starting to look around the corner. Nice, I like them like that. I'm sort of thinking that fault's feeling like about 1 in 25 of the Thomas toys I look at as in Thomas character. Keep an eye out for that, no pun intended. It's always nice when he's really looking around the corner in a dramatic way, and even though that one's a slight one, that one's a keeper. That's the little booty of the Thomas Trackmaster Motorized I'm going to grab. I've got a huge box now at home of factory error toys related to that style there. This might sound strange, it's actually very stress relieving looking for toys that have got faults in them. It's nice to get the stock before other people have got their mitts on it. I'll set the shop up nice, things to the front so it's presented well. Sad I couldn't get the rainbow version of Thomas, very hard to find that toy. And I should put this back where it came from because I'd hate to upset the balance of the toy force in the toy store. It is nice to see the Hot Wheels stock also come back online. It's starting to fill the pegs again. It was very dry in the lead up to Christmas. It's an extremely popular toy. And again, look at this. And this gets me cranky. This was the Hot Wheels that was when it was in Thomas the Tank format. It was near impossible to find. It was in 2020, I believe, when that was about in Thomas the Tank format. There's, okay, 1, 2, 3. I'm getting angrier. 4. Oh, cool. A Steamboat Willie. I like this one. I think that one's got great potential. That one's definitely a keeper. Will there be another one? Nice. I like them like that. While I'm in the Hot Wheels area being triggered, another thing that was not here before Christmas, and that is dun dun dun, Advent calendars. Well, here it is here in February 2022. Sort of no use to have it here now. You'd want to hope it's heavily reduced or free. Let's take a look inside here. Oh, crikeys, look at this. Typical, someone's already got into this. It's amazing that car is still there. Little fingers, a lot of mischief. There were stacks of Advent calendars that were not here before Christmas, and yeah, it all just adds up to what was going on during the thing that starts with P, also related to V and other things I can't say on this site. Out of sheer curiosity, I will see how much this scans for. I would hope it's heavily reduced considering we're well past Christmas. Let me scan it there. Oh, yeah, there you go, typical. If you're a sort of a smart person and had a marketing brain unlike me, you could market this as a Christmas in July item for Australia. Our winter time is in July and a lot of people do Christmas in July, and I suppose you could charge top dollar for that item if you put it as Christmas in July. This store I'm in at the moment had a chronic problem with people, let's just say, manipulating stock. Well, let's say it any other way. It's always this same area. It's all sorts of different things I see here. I can come here literally every day and see something different. Okay, let's see what has gone here. I mean, these things are, well, they're not expensive. This is just cheap. Okay, lights, LED lights there. I don't know what that was there. Men's wallet. This isn't children doing this. Look at this here. This is blue tack. I know that packet. So whoever's doing, it's not a child doing this. This is the sort of things adults buy, and this store has got a chronic problem, and I see this going on here all the time. Same spot, same shop, on a daily basis. It's bad. The norm in many stores is still empty pegs and lots of free areas in the Thomas and Friends zone, but sometimes you sort of see something new and funky. It feels strange to see something new. Thomas and Friends wouldn't push along, and this is what it entails. You'll get a scale of it once I get my hand down into this. I'll talk about it as an investment, because if you talk about it as a toy review, I'll get smacked down by the systems. Okay, well, it's a $10 toy. Could I double my money in 10 years if I bought that Thomas? That's the big question. I think maybe the best word to sum this one up is it's interesting. And interesting can be an interesting word in English because it can be derogatory and it can be uplifting. You can decide which way it swings. Yes, okay, there's James as well. Yeah. And there's, of course, Pathy. I'm sort of thinking, where's a Diesel, and will I get one of these or not? Well, I am a Thomas collector, of course I'm going to get one. This also featured in the videos before Christmas. This is the single sale area in supermarkets in Sydney, Australia, where I live, of the toys that are available to buy. A nice little selection here. What I do notice, a few things here, is some stock has arrived, of course. The Hot Wheels is here now, as I alluded to earlier on. This item here, $12 Hot Wheels item, is not here, but the peg that's missing, and it has been slightly reformatted, is the Thomas metal peg. It is totally gone, okay? Disney cars are here now. They were very hard to find any of those before Christmas. Lightning McQueen is often the one which is the most difficult to find, and I think if you have a quick look there won't be many McQueens. Oh, well, there's even less now. Look at that, whooshka. Yeah, so that's what's here. May the fast be with you when I see things like that. Yeah, it's in recovery mode. You know, there's still bits of empty peggerage, but the main thing I came in to show you is that area there. It looks like we've lost the Thomas peg, and I do wonder whether it'll ever come back. This will become a tack on to the video. It's in a retail that I like to go to. I looked in this store here when I was looking at the stock before Christmas when there was no stock. You can still see here there's trouble. I was trying to get up to the top here. Crikey Charlies, what's going on there? Something new. Before I take a stroll through the pegs up there, let me just talk about something I'm seeing down on the bottom here. Okay, Talking Thomas set, $85. And look at this. The Percy 6-in-1 set is here, but it's gone up in price. It used to be $29. It's now $32. The thing starting with P that we can't talk about in videos has caused inflation in lots of stuff. Yes, that's gone up in price, but I'm still going to recommend this as a really, really good playset to get into if you want to muck around with Thomas Friends trains. Okay, I'll go up through the cell here, which is where the Thomas Friends toys normally reside. Looks like Paw Patrol has invaded the area, and we'll take a look at this new stock here. I think it's called All Engines Go, this new format. It is very striking to look at. It's very, well, eye-catching, there's a saying. I am here looking for faults, okay, so I'm not familiar with this style of Thomas toy yet, but we will look for differences and faults. Just take a look at the line work there, and the next one. Oh, give me a break. Hang on oh my God, I can't believe this. Okay, look at the line work there. Look at the line work there. Let me pull this off as stills for you. Okay, the way possibly it should be versus, well, the other way. Looks like nothing much has changed, has it? It's unfrippin' believable. I found a factory error within the first time of looking at this toy. That's definitely a keeper. That's unbelievable. Okay, let's keep looking here. Let's see what we have available. We'll also look at the back of the packaging just to get our heads around how it looks. It's very eye-catching. Little ones are going to really be into this. If you're a Thomas collector like me, get into it as well. Let's take a look at the face. Is that face meant to be like that? It looks like it's skew-if. Wouldn't the face be normally straight up and down? Oh my crikey, are they all like this? Oh, looks like they're all set off at a... Oh, I can't believe this. I can't believe it. Look at this, Percy. This Percy's a train wreck. Unbelievable. Can you see the problem going on here? Look at the paintwork here on the boiler section. It's all over the shop. It's all messed up. It looks like, I don't know what's happened there. Crikeys, I've got 2 factory errors and I've only just started looking at this. I've just sat that Percy on the shelf because I'm starting to shake with excitement of how rough these are made. That is incredible. Okay, and I don't know much about the wagon here yet. It has the envelope and the wing looking. It looks a little bit skew-if as well. It looks a little bit forward. I'm still trying to get my head around these toys. Is there meant to be a connecting rod here, or has that been abolished? I'm sure you're going to tell me how these are meant to look. I've actually got 2 for the pile that are factory errors, and there's a decent one there, I believe. Now, here's the next one, Nia. What's going wrong with Nia? Let me just sit Nia down here for a bit of an appraisal. I'll be honest here, Nia looks pretty good. I can't see any painted buffers. I would have thought we would have got to that by now. We've been screaming for that for donkey's years. Yeah, visually I think it's actually an improvement versus the earlier version of Nia that we had. I dare say at the back of the box, there you go. It's got Nia looking at you in a nice way, so that's a decent one. So I'll put that on the decent. Well, I think it's decent. I'm not familiar. Okay, the next one is Diesel, and Diesel is an engine that I collect on. Let me just sit Diesel there. We'll have a closer look. I'll work my way from the back. Remember, this is the new version of Trackmaster Motorized. Diesel is normally all black. He looks different now. He's got like a colour going on there, which is sort of purplish. Let's take a look at the face next. It looks like Diesel's had some happy pills, and strangely, Diesel's got painted buffers. It doesn't make any sense. I'm just now taking a look at the artwork up here. Diesel's got painted buffers there. We've got painted buffers on this, and these are the piles. I think that was a good pile of toys there. Okay, no painted buffers on these, although the artwork does show painted buffers. And this was the factory error ones. So yes, we're all over the shop. The next character is it Kana or Kana? Canis? Oh, I don't know. I'll say it wrong and then you're gonna correct me 1,000 times. Kana. I hope it's Kana. Looks like a fast thing. Let me sit Kana down. Looking like a female character, so it's not going to be popular. That seems to be the trend. It looks pretty good. It reminds me of a Chugger. Remember Chuggington? I think they came back. I have not seen the toys if they did come back. And it looks like Kana is into recycling. How wonderful. Won't Greta be happy? I've got to say, it's actually a very eye-catching looking toy train. I think the redesign's been a good thing. I know you're going to be shocked that I'm saying something positive there. That looks like it's in good order in a sense. The way the artwork is, mind you, it's the only one that I've seen, so it goes into the good box. Okay, the next one. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Look at the line work on that Thomas. It's low, it's in the wrong area. It has me wondering what's right and what's wrong. Is the line work meant to be down on the running board like that? Surely not. If you look at the way that Thomas is drawn there, the line work is up above the running board. It's a Thomas mystery. I know you'll tell me the way it should be. I do see the artwork on the tender there. Is that in the middle? Yeah, that's close enough. In fact, the line work here has got the white around the red edge as well. It makes it more pronounced, but if I go back and look at the other Thomas, and we'll go to stills again, it's got none of that little white line which is around the red, and I'll flip-flop here so you can see the differences here. At the moment, because I've only first seen these, I don't know whether these are mistakes or whether these are just variations which are the norm. But that seems to be the way it swings these days. What a fantastic find, and to find the factory errors now. I am classing this as a factory error. I think the white line around the red makes the red line stand out, because the one which I'm saying is the correct artwork, it just looks flat. Okay, so that goes into the pile of ones which I think have got no errors. And this is the pile of the error engines. I think the error which is sticking in my mind, and maybe something to look out for, because I'm sure I'm not the only person who'll get this, is the Percy with it looks like a big thumbprint or fingerprint in there, and the artwork which is all over the shop. If you're wondering what I'm going to grab, of course I'm going to grab the error engines. It's nice to see these Trackmaster Motorized are still $15. And I'm also going to grab, hopefully that's a normal looking Thomas. I hope all the components are there. Like I keep saying, it's the first time I've seen these. And who else do you think I'm going to grab? Of course, Diesel. I could never leave a Diesel on the pegs. Diesel's coming with me to be in my Diesel collection.
Return from course, start 11. Repair, start 11.
Well, it's got a nice shiny envelope with a wing there. It's printed in the wrong spot, but that's the norm. If you look along, that pile.
Afternoon rumble, bakery, deli, dairy, fruit and service, aisle 2.
There once was a Tiger Thomas, I believe it's a Tiger Thomas set in here. Someone's gone poo-poo and said, I want that more than somebody else. And this is what it should look like. I can't get that out. I'm trying to work out words to say. Interesting. There's a nice word. I spoke about that word earlier. Interesting. I'll finish on this. This is the typical single cell toy area that you see in supermarkets in, well, Sydney, Australia, where I live.
Aisle 1, afternoon rumble. Team aisle 1, afternoon rumble.
Afternoon rumble, everyone. That'll be on the fail reel.